Everybody, before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what's transpiring this morning. First, we've got XRP. We had a poor daily close yesterday and also a poor end of the weekly candle close. I was hoping that we would stay over 62 cents so we could avoid a further retracement, which we've already seen now, as we did come under 60 cents initially. Now we're back up to about the 601 level. We do have some news with XRP that I'll read at the end of this update, so please make sure if you're watching this update, you stay until the very end. We need to talk about how XRP owned UPTO after they acquired it. They now have, UPTO is now working with one of the world's largest banks, the HSBC. So that could be a major catalyst for not just XRP, but for Ripple to, as far as with the XRP ledger, to start to connect with more and more banks around the world. And this could be the next step for a nice little, I don't want to say a pump on the price of XRP, but with utility towards the banking sector via XRP ledger. This is actually big news. As far as XRP goes, yes, we closed below the 62 cents on the daily and weekly candle close last night. It showed that we could have another consolidation, and I'll show you exactly how far we could consolidate if we do fall and lose 60 cents. And as has been the case for several days, the key here is to hold that descending channel, use that as a catalyst to not just move up to 75 cents. First, you'd have to break 663, which is or 668 now, which is that rising channel resistance that started June of 2022. But I'm looking for a retest up at the 2018 pattern resistance, and that's up around 85 cents. But we still have to make sure that we hold a few fundamental levels and then help ourselves bounce out of there. Please make sure to hit that like button, as it'll greatly help push this community through the algorithm and analytics, and it'll help more people reach this beautiful community. Please hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 10:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, November 27th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, the XRP market cap's down about 726 million, or 2.19%. The market cap as well, we're back below that 33.158 billion, but this is what I'm going to show you on not just the market cap, but also on the XRP price action. Boom, boom. This could be an inverted right arm creating. How far it comes down, nobody knows. But if it does stay, one would say you should hold this neckline area. So maybe somewhere around 32 billion. But if that holds, so you have inverted left arm, head, inverted right arm, and then you could bounce out. Even if you just come up here and retest that 37 billion, that seems more than likely if we don't break down. Now we have to be careful, because now we're on the bottom side of this 20-day on the daily time frame, and if this continues down, we can already see where we're retesting. It's lined up perfectly with this uptrending support on this rising channel. That's down at 28.7 billion, so down here about 29 billion. If you look at that in relation to the XRP price action, we did not want to close where we got it yesterday, because it opens the door for this kind of stuff. We knew if we broke down, we'd be retesting around the 593 level, which we didn't quite come all the way down there. We came down to about 597. And again, just like the XRP market cap, just looking at this in the daily time frame, you could say we came down and created a left arm, right, or the head, and now back to a right arm. So inverted left shoulder, down to the head, boom, 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 boom. Or you could just say there, to the head, to here, and then bounce out. If it's an inversion, you won't lose that 593 more than likely. Coming down to 581 would be risky. If this inversion is meant to hold and we're meant to move up, because we're still firmly on the outside of that descending channel, we're firmly using that as a catalyst to bounce out until we're not. So if you look at this, we came down to support it down here on the descending channel. bounce out here, bounce and hit the outside of the descending channel. Now we'd be consolidating back to the 200 in the 4 hourly to see if we have any strength. Remember what we said yesterday. Now, being on the bottom side of this can be very dangerous. So it's in our best interest to get back above that 606 in a heartbeat. We want to be above 606. Otherwise, oh, fantastic. It deleted my chart early this morning. I love TradingView. Don't you love TradingView? They want you to pay all this money for it, but in reality, if you were paying money, you'd bash your head through the wall. Not paying money, it's a beautiful service. If I was paying money for this, I would bash my head through the wall. It's not that great. So, XRP, if you lose this area, that's a big problem. So basically, you're squeezed between that support right now, 593, and getting over that resistance now. That's going to be very firm here. It's actually 608. So if you want to be realistic, we've got a resistance over the top now. We've got to break over that 608 before we lose this 593. Otherwise, it's a matter of how far do you go down? Because right now we're consolidating on the outside of this descending channel, which can stay bullish. The moment you lose 593 and come down to that 581, that's where you start to be like, uh-oh. Right now you could say it's an inverted right arm forming at the neckline of this W reversal. But if we move down any further than this and lose that 593, it's a big, big problem. It really is. So just pay attention to that. That close under 62 cents was a bearish close. We were very clear about that yesterday. I even came on and did a live yesterday afternoon just to put everybody in the right place. So please, please pay attention to everything we're looking here. And I'll keep you updated as the day goes on. And then just so you don't stay so bearish in your head, because if we get back above that 608, ultimately get back on top of 62 cents, we can still try to push up. The only problem is now is look what we did in the weekly. It's not like it's awful. We put in a hammer candle. It was just a bearish one. That's why we started off weak. Again, right now we have a bearish hammer, but it's not terrible. If we can hold 608 and then start pushing out this week, this is fine. It was just, you didn't want to lose 62 cents on the weekly candle close because then you had to come down here to that 593 almost. If not worse, and reverse completely. So we've already seen the downfall of closing below 62 cents last night. It was a very big catalyst so everybody could see and not be tricked into what was going on and just going straight up. I closed below 62 cents on the weekly candle, closing daily candle, daily time frame. Daily was 618. The weekly was 62. They both closed below. So both of them failed universally at the same time. So just be aware of that. And then the news we've got going on this morning. Ripple excites XRP Army as Medico acquisition brings banks closer. If you appreciated this update, please make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you're looking to trade XRP, MEXC, and or BitUnix in the video description below. You can futures trade and spot trade with the lowest possible fees in the USA and abroad. Take advantage of it before 24 because we don't know what the new regulations in the USA are going to be, and it's probably going to be a pain in the you-know-what in first quarter. And then share this far and wide on social media if you'd like to see this beautiful community grow. If you want to send personal support to me, you can always join Tom's Army with. I'd love to see a massive surge during this holiday season going into Christmas and my birthday. Or you can send a YouTube super chat. I greatly appreciate everybody who pays it forward above and beyond. Ripple cites XRP Army as Medico acquisition. Brings banks closer. Earlier this month, Ripple-owned infrastructure provider Medico said it was working with banking powerhouse HSBC. News that Medico, the Swiss digital assets custody firm acquired by Ripple earlier this year, is working with HSBC, one of the world's largest banks, quickly became a reason to be cheerful for many supporters of the U.S. fintech's Ledger protocol, known collectively as the XRP Army. Named after the cryptocurrency designed to move liquidity around the XRP Ledger. Used by Ripple, these avid fans interpret HSBC's choice of custody tech partner as yet another sign that financial institutions will inevitably adopt XRPL and, crucially, the XRP token. The crypto space is ferociously tribal. Token holders want to believe their blockchain of choice will rise to prominence and deliver a windfall, sometimes to the point... What is this? Garbage. Can't even go through anything without useless advertising everywhere. For instance, the assumption that Ripple's recent acquisition spurred HSBC's decisive decision ignores the fact that Medico had been courting the bank for over 18 months, according to Adrian Tricky, the Swiss custodies firm CEO. Well, if they couldn't court them for 18 months, a year and a half, and then Ripple takes over and now they're partners, I think that speaks volume, and we need to not look at the hearsay. There is, however, an indirect correlation between Ripple protocols and Medical's banking clients. Trenkany says there is an indirect link, which is that the adoption of Ripple and Medical solutions further promotes the adoption of the XRP ledger as a protocol. Trenkany said in an interview, every success of Ripple, the company, is also a success for the XRP ledger. Ripple, for its part, has worked hard at courting banks with a focus on ways to reduce the friction in areas like cross-border payments. As such, XRPL remains one of the longest-running examples of private tokenization blockchain, said Trenkany. XRP ledger is designed for both public and private use and scales substantially better than competitors on the market like the EVM change, he said, referring to the Ethereum virtual machine. It natively supports tokenized assets rather than going through smart contracts, and also allows for on-chain trading for other blockchain-based exchanges, or AMMs. AMMs are automated market makers. Combining Medical and Ripple therefore offers a complete vertical stack, Trenkany said, comprising on an infrastructure layer and a services layer. We can provide a bank with the infrastructure and also tokenization lifecycle, payments primitives, and liquidity management, all from a single vendor, with the proper segregation between the infrastructure and those value-added services, he said. So I just wanted to share that information with you. A lot of excitement going on around XRP, the XRP ledger, Ripple. The price might not be relating to it, but a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Please make sure to hit that like button if you appreciated this update, and consider subscribing to this beautiful channel.